Ever been to a sleep clinic?
I don't need a sleep clinic to tell me I'm a sleepwalker.
From what you told me, you're more than just a sleepwalker. If you're a parasomniac.
What's a parasomniac?
Well, someone who can do just about anything while they're sleepwalking.
It happened again last night.
So where'd you wake up this time?
Can I ask you a favor?
You promise this isn't some wacky thing you're into?
No, it just keeps me from wandering off.
I grew up in the theater. My dad was a theater major at Montana State University, and my mom was working nights, so I would go. He'd pick me up from school, and I'd go to the theater with him. I grew up backstage with my dad, and I kind of just. I decided. I told my mom and dad. I said I want to be an actor. So my mom actually said, well, you need to go to London, and I was really fortunate. I had parents who said, well, fine, go and do it. They weren't threatened by it. They didn't feel like I needed to be a rancher or a doctor. They said, if you want to be an actor, go be an actor, and we'll support that. So I was really fortunate. So my grandmother has a bed and breakfast in London, so I stayed with her for years and years and years, and rode a motorbike into London and trained with all these guys from England and all over the world actually. And then right after drama school, started doing independent films over in England, and so it sort of changed from theater, which was drama school was mostly theater, and then it changed to independent film and television. I got a role in a Warner Brothers show called, I'm not gonna tell you what it's called, and that brought me out to Los Angeles in probably 2003, early 2003. No, for this movie, they killed me. I was in the gym 24/7. I think I was like on a 4,000 calorie diet. I just couldn't get enough food in me because I was training 3 days a week, and then I would swim 2 days, and then I would take a day off, and I would just eat and eat and eat. And it was one of those. It was great. It was literally the director and the producer saying, "Eat as much food as you can."
I slept with my best friend's wife while I was sleepwalking.
Were you too tired to drive home last night?
You were sleepwalking while we were kissing.
I never meant for this to happen.
What did we do?
You ever feel like you did something really bad you couldn't remember?
What do you think you did?
What's wrong? Anne's missing.
I don't know. I think the time restraints that are on independent film and on television are so. I mean, they're always there. They're always wanting it done faster, better, less money, and so you kind of have to put that to one side and go, let's just bring something to the table. What I really enjoy about film and television, and theater's like this as well, except you have a long process of figuring out what's going on. You get to explore it every night with all the other actors. But with film and television, it's this you're constantly solving problems, because something will happen. You'll be on set and something will go wrong, or the lines don't work because of something you shot the week before, and so people are constantly solving problems together. And I really like that atmosphere on set, how someone will go, I've got an idea, what about this? And if you're working in a really healthy set, that stuff all comes to life, and ultimately it makes the final product brilliant. Well, I thought the whole story was terrifying. I was actually, I was in between places in Los Angeles, and I was living at Alan's apartment. I was sleeping on his couch, and one night he just kind of, very Alan, he just kind of came in and said, would you just have a read of the script and tell me what you think? And it was probably 10 o'clock at night or some summer night, and the door was open and the windows were open. And I remember I started reading. It was about 10 pages in, and I was like, oh. I got up and I closed all the curtains. About 20 more pages in, I got up and I locked the door. I mean, it was terrifying. The writing is so tight and the characters are so believable.
I'm afraid that we found a body that matches her description. There were multiple stab wounds.
Detective Kerwin wanted to ask you a few questions.
Where were you the night she was murdered?
I was sleeping.
You are the only one of Anne's friends who hasn't given me any leads.
Sometimes in your dreams, you do what you really wish you could do in reality. Do you have a better knife?
What?
A knife. Do you have a sharper one?
I got rid of all my knives. I sleepwalk sometimes. Who gave me this?
Someone who's not used to shopping for guys.
And that's the ultimate ride, is when you get to see it with just the public, and see how they accept or don't accept the characters, and how the story affects them or doesn't affect them. It's been really cool. We've had people come in and say things like, I heard a guy say to Alan the other night, I really appreciate this movie. I realized that I've been sleepwalking through areas of my life, and I need to really look at areas of my life and change them. And so it's like, quite profound, actually, the effect that film still has on people, even in our soundbite lifestyles that we live in. I just did a few guest spots. I did a couple guest spots. I had a shot. I had a bit on Fringe for Fox, and then a spot on Warehouse 13. We had a lot of fun on that. I'm shooting a pilot in Portland here in the next couple of weeks for NBC. I think it was the same spot that Crusoe was on. And then I've got an independent film out called Solomon Kane. I've got a role in that. James Purefoy plays Solomon Kane, and it's sort of a Lord of the Rings thriller sort of movie, and it's doing great over in Europe. I don't know about the States yet, but yeah. So there's a few things coming out.
I think someone's trying to set me up.
Set you up for what?
I didn't call 911.
Well, someone called 911 from this apartment. You mind if we take a look inside?
Do you think it was me? Gwen, who did this? Do you think you killed her? I don't know. I need to figure out what happened.
I was trying to protect your future.
I am living my future right now, and it's a nightmare.